So we meet this dude, Zung. He's in his 30s, got money, got status, but his home life? Messed up. Him and his wife, barely talking. One morning, he straight dips for work without even touching the breakfast she made. She tight about it, but Zung? He don't care. Not today. At the office, one of his guys tells him, yo, most of the shops in that district got cleared, but some folks still ain't leaving. Zung ain't trying to hear it. He tells his assistant, make it happen. I want that area clean. Now. Later, he goes to meet his father-in-law to talk business. But here's the thing. Every business Zung thinks he owns? Nah, they all in his father-in-law's name. Zung just the face. The old man pulls all the strings. On the way, Zung stops at a diner to grab some food. Nothing fancy. But at the next table, this high school kid named Kim is chowing down like he ain't eaten in days. Then suddenly the kid gets a call, panics, and gets up to leave. Turns out, he forgot his wallet. The lady who owns the place just points at Zung and goes, it's cool. This man'll cover it. Zung's like, hold up, one kid ate this much? Bill says $100. Dude's shook, but he pays it. Grumpy, but whatever. He gets back in his car to meet the father-in-law, but traffic is jammed. He hops out to make a call. Meanwhile, that same kid, Kim, up on a building trying to get his sneaker back from the roof, loses his balance, and bam, falls off the roof, lands right on Zung. Everything goes black. When Zung wakes up, he's in a hospital. Nurse leans in and says, you good, son? Zung's like, son? I'm grown. He runs to a mirror, and boom, he sees Kim's face staring back. That fall? It swapped their souls. Zung's stuck in the kid's body. His own body? Lying in a coma, with Kim's soul inside. Kim's dad shows up all worried. Zung tries to explain, but he sounds wild. Nobody believes him. Doctor says it's probably memory loss from the fall. Zung tries to go home to his wife, but she sees a random teenage boy knocking at the door claiming to be her husband. She freaks out, calls the cops. Dude gets hauled off. At the station, Kim's dad shows up again, apologizes, and takes him home. He makes a giant dinner. Zung's like, yo, this is a lot of food. But the dad's like, you usually eat more. Zung takes a bite, then blacks out. Wakes up, plate's clean. He ate everything and don't even remember doing it. Next day, Zung, still in Kim's body, heads to school. Sits at lunch, but the second he does, everyone around him bounces. Now he knows, this kid wasn't exactly loved around here. While he's eating, he sees a girl named Hun getting picked on. Zung steps in. The bully's like, you want to go? But right when things heat up, a teacher walks in, stops it cold. Later, the bully tells him to meet outside after school. Zung shows up, but this time, it's different. That grown man confidence kicks in. The bully swings. Zung slaps him first, hard, then takes out the whole crew when they jump in. These kids never stood a chance. That night, Zung sneaks into the hospital, talks to his assistant, trying to prove who he is. At first, the dude don't believe him, but Zung starts dropping details only the real Zung would know. Finally, the assistant believes. Next day at school, Zung's on the phone when this little girl bumps into him, drops her teddy bear. He picks it up, runs it back to her, and then he sees her mom. And his heart stops. It's Miss Sun, his first love, the one that got away. He calls out her name. She looks at him like, how you know my name, kid? Hoon, the little girl, tells her, he hit his head. He forgot stuff. Later that night, Zung's sitting there thinking hard. Could that little girl be mine? Next day, he snatches a strand of her hair, sends it off for a DNA test. Results come in. Boom! She is his daughter. Zung's shook, happy, sad, all at once. He got a daughter out here and never even knew. Now he's stuck in this teen body. trying to figure out what to do, how to fix everything. And maybe, just maybe, he's got a second shot at life. So the next day at school, Zung sees some girls messing with Hyan again. Same bullies, same drama, but this time, Zung ain't having it. He steps in, shuts that down real quick. Later that day, he hits up his assistant like, yo, teach these girls a lesson or something. But the assistant's like, nah, man, that ain't the move. We don't do that. Zung thinks on it and finally agrees. Instead, he decides to talk to Misen. He tells her what's going down with Hyan at school. The bullying, the pressure, all of it. Then he says, let her learn self-defense. Not so she can fight, but so she can stand on her own. Truth is, he's just trying to do right by his daughter. Zung gives Misen the address to his gym, tells her to send Hyan there. That evening, Hyan shows up, but she don't know Zung's the one who set this whole thing up. When she sees him at the gym, she's like, what you doing here? Zung plays it off smooth, like, I'm trying to lose some weight. And just like that, they start training together. Hyan's learning to fight, and Zung's helping Kim's body drop all that extra weight. Day by day, they both leveling up. Hyan's confidence grows, and Zung, he turns Kim's body into a whole new man. When he walks into school again looking sharp and lean, people stop and stare. Like, who is this dude? One day, Hyan takes Zung to her place. While he's there, he sees old photos of her growing up. He's low-key emotional, snapping pics on his phone, looking at them like a proud dad who just got introduced to his kid for the first time. Meanwhile, back at school, those same girls try to mess with Hyan again. But this time, she ain't scared. She claps back, holds her ground, and defends herself. Zung watches it all go down, feeling nothing but pride. That's his girl. She finally learned to protect herself. But later that night, things get dark. Kim's dad, Zung's dad for now, is walking home with his paycheck when a group of thugs jump him. Debt collectors, mad aggressive, beating him down because he missed a payment. Zung shows up mid-beatdown, sees what's happening, and jumps in to help. But the goons turn on him too. They beat the hell out of both of them, leave him on the ground, and say, pay up next time. Or else. Zung don't let that slide. That night, he sends his real crew to pay the debt collectors a visit. They show up, no mercy, and beat the brakes off those dudes. Leave them shaken with a warning. Stay away from that man. Or it's going to be worse next time. Next day, Zung drops by Misen's restaurant. He's just trying to see her, maybe talk things out. But while he's there, some disrespectful customers start harassing her. Zung snaps. He tells Misen, go inside. She listens. Then he turns to the troublemakers and unleashes everything he's been holding in. No chill. Beats them down so bad, they run out of there looking like they saw a ghost. Misen comes out like, who even are you? And why you keep calling me by my name like you know me? Zung can't hold it in anymore. He tells her everything. The body swap, the coma, the truth. She don't believe a word, so he hits her with the memories. Where they met. When they broke up. The exact words they said. Stuff only her Zung would know. And that's when she knows it's real. But even with the truth laid bare, she tells him to leave. Why? Because years ago, Zung left her. Chose power, money, and status. Married the chairman's daughter. Left Misen behind like she was nothing. And yeah, he regrets it every day. But regrets don't erase pain. Next day, Hyan gets invited to a party by the boy she likes. Her little crush. She's hype. Thinking maybe it's her moment. Same time, Zung calls Misen to meet at a restaurant. He wants to apologize. Make things right. At the table, he lays it all out. I'm sorry for everything. I should have never left you. Misen stares at him, calm but cold. She says, if you weren't in Kim's body, you'd never have shown up here. You only came back because you got nothing else now. Zung just sits there, quiet. She stands up to leave, but right before she walks away, Zung grabs her wrist and kisses her. She slaps him across the face. Outside the restaurant, Zung and Hyon get into an argument, emotions running high. But suddenly, Zung gets a call. It's bad. He hears that Hyun's getting bullied again. This time, by her crush. Turns out the party invite was just a setup. They lured her there to clown her in front of everybody. Zung floors it, pulls up to the scene, sees his daughter cornered, humiliated. And that's it. He loses it. Zung goes full beast mode, taking down every one of those boys like a man possessed. And Hyon? She finds her fire too, sees her dad fighting for her, and she steps up beside him. Together, they give those bullies a lesson they'll never forget. So after that wild night, things start shifting. Zung and Hyon? Closer than ever. She don't know he's her real pops yet, but the bond's growing strong. She trusts him, looks up to him. And Zung? He's feeling more like a real dad every single day. But deep down, he knows this can't last forever. At school, people finally start treating Hyon with respect. No more bullies, no more whispers. Zung's glow up, her new confidence, it flipped the whole vibe. She ain't invisible anymore, she's a problem now. In the best way. Meanwhile, Zung's assistant hits him with an update. The company board's making moves. There's a chance to shut down that land project he started. The same one that started this mess. And Zung's like, nah, that ain't who I am anymore. He tells his assistant to stop the whole thing.